Hi, I'm here with the Miserable Liberal, and there was big news a couple days ago about how Governor, I want to call him Mario Cuomo, but it's Andrew Cuomo. He's the bad Cuomo. He's the governor of New York, and he signed this big bill that's going to give free college tuition in New York State. Isn't it amazing? That guy's so crazy. I mean, I know he did it, but somebody better tell him you can't do that. I hope Hillary Clinton runs down there to tell everybody you can't do that. But why did they tout that? Because they were covering up this story. This story was Cuomo vetoes bill that would have required states to fund legal services for the poor. He vetoed it.
Is he a Republican?
Legal funding for the poor. He vetoed it. Well, let's find out. How bad is it? It says Governor Cuomo vetoed a bill late Saturday that would have required the state to fund legal services for the poor in each county. The bill, which had support from progressive and conservative groups, came together to try to do something for the poorest people in the state. When they're in dire straits, when they're being incarcerated by the goddamn state. Conservatives and progressives came together, would have given the state 7 years to take over complete funding of indigent legal services from towns. Dozens of groups representing public defenders, municipalities, and others expressed disappointment. Jonathan Graves, executive director of the New York State Defenders Association, called Cuomo's decision to veto the bill stunning. So here he is fucking over poor people as hard as he can fuck over poor people. And barely a peep about it in the press. Why? Oh, because he gave us up. He's going to 2020. Because what happened? We are all shocked that the governor vetoed a bill that would have reduced racial disparities in the criminal justice system, helped ensure equal access to justice for all New Yorkers, provided improved public defense programs for those who cannot afford an attorney, and much-needed mandate relief for counties, Grady said. The governor refused to accept an independent oversight mechanism on state quality standards, and now, sadly, tens of thousands of low-income defendants will pay the price. That's your good Democrat. Ugh. The legislation passed during the 2016 legislative session after a settlement in 2015 of a case brought by the New York Civil Liberties Union that claimed a lack of funding is depriving the poor of effective criminal defense representation. We are deeply disappointed that the governor has vetoed the most important criminal justice reform legislation in memory. That's a Democrat doing that. Do you wonder why the Democrats are goddamn worthless? That's a Democrat screwing over the poor as hard as he can. He has rejected a groundbreaking and bipartisan fix to our deeply flawed public defense system and left in place the status quo in which the state violates the rights of New Yorkers every day and delivers unequal justice. Well, the thing that I like about it is that Barack Obama screamed about this because, you know, he's an African American. That's your Democrat. There's your Democrat. There's that. And they're talking about 2020. He's going to run in 2020.
Boo.
So way to go, Andrew Cuomo. Today's jag off to the poor.